we all know why he was taken from his family. I mean, there's no question as to why that is. He literally killed a bunch of people. Y'all, what is up? It's your girl EJ, and welcome to the recap, y'all. Now, today we're going to be talking about your boy Larry Duncan. Now, who is this Larry Duncan character? Why is he so mad at LC? And what in the world money is he talking about, y'all? Now, we're going to be digging deep into the books to see if we can find the answers. Now, this is just a little bit of fan theory, a little bit of speculation, because we all know that the books and the TV show are not following the same path. They have taken a little bit of a different direction, although it is still kind of sort of based off of it. So let's go ahead and jump into this video, y'all. Okay, y'all, so your boy Larry Duncan is going to be the second oldest of the Duncan clan. There's Lou, there's Larry, then there's Levi, who I like to call the lost brother, and then there is also LC, who is the youngest of the Duncan clan. Now, we do know that your boy Larry suffers from PTSD and psychotic stuff and multiple personality disorder. He just has a lot of stuff going on with him. We also know that he is a Vietnam veteran. We also know that he is married to Nene Duncan. We also know that in the book he has two children, Curtis and Kenny, and in the television show he also has a daughter by the name of Lauren Duncan. Now, we know that your boy Larry was put into the institution because he killed a bunch of people. We know that he had an episode and he killed all of these people. Lou and LC had to pull a bunch of strings to get him into Fresh Meadows facility so that he could be in a better place. They didn't want him going to one of those facilities for like the criminally insane and things like that, because we know that they treat those people a little bit worse. So they wanted him to be in a place that would not involve any type of law enforcement. And Fresh Meadows, per the book, was the only facility that would not involve law enforcement. So they were able to get this done, and that's how he ended up in this particular facility. Now, y'all, in the television show, we're going to be introduced to Larry when LC goes to visit him at Fresh Meadows, and you're going to see him have a whole hissy fit when he sees LC, how frustrated. He's going to be frustrated. He's going to be angry. He's going to be doing the most. Now, we are going to later learn that this was all just an act. And when I say an act, he really does hate his brother and he really is angry with him, but he was by no means a patient at this point. Larry had taken over the facility along with Holly and Dennis, and he is now running Fresh Meadows facility. Now, let's talk a little bit about Larry and the past and the older days and what he did to actually make money. Now, the Duncan family have always been in the criminal game, y'all. Now, their father was in the criminal business, and Lou and Larry also, they had a loan shark business initially, and then they also did jobs on the side. They were like hitmen. They would like go kill people. They would do whatever needed to be done, and they also sold drugs as well on the side, but they did stuff like weed. They never were into any of the big drugs. They were just like a low level type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of where their humble beginnings start out. Now, LC, on the other hand, went to college, and yes, he was involved a little bit in the business, and he would come involved way more as time would go on. But initially, he has always been like the brains of the thing. So when LC decided to go and start this car dealership, if you remember from the television show in episode 1, he talks about how he and his brother started Duncan Motors. Now, he does only mention Lou. He doesn't actually mention the other brothers, and it's understandable as to why he doesn't mention the other brother, of course. So anyway, they moved to Atlanta initially when they start the dealership in the book. Now, Larry is also going to move his family to Atlanta as well, but he's going to start a trucking company. Now, his trucking company is going to be instrumental in helping LC actually get his first set of cars, because LC was having a really hard time getting his shipment for his new car dealership. Therefore, your boy Larry started this trucking company, and he was actually able to do all of the shipments from his brother. And I mean, this was basically his business. This was his baby. This was something that he started and that he was going to hand off to his children. You know what I mean? So that's where Larry actually gets his money from. That's his business. That's what he started. Now, let's go ahead and move a little bit forward, and let's talk about why the heck Larry is so mad at LC. Now, if we look at the television show tells us over and over again, he keeps saying, you took me away from my family, you took my money, he wants what's his, you know what I'm saying? But we're left with that same freaking question. What money is he talking about that he took from him? And, we all know why he was taken from his family. I mean, there's no question as to why that is. He literally killed a bunch of people. LC and Lou saved his life. They didn't, try to take anything away from him. They were trying to keep him safe. So as far as the book is concerned, the book goes a little bit deeper. And when Elsie and Larry actually come together and they actually meet face to face, Larry is going to tell him, hey, you locked me up. You took away the key. You left Nene and the family to fend for themselves. And then you took my business. You took my trucking company from me. So in the book, your boy Larry, believes that LC took his business away from him and that he didn't give Nene anything and that, they were just left there to fend for themselves. Now, as they're having this conversation, your boy LC is going to be like, look, you sold your trucking company. You don't remember selling your trucking company? And he doesn't believe that he sold his trucking company. He's just like, he completely doesn't believe this at all. And for the sane people in the room, we're going to say he just don't remember. Okay. So there's also this whole thing where Larry at this point has had such a psychotic break that he is talking to the dead. He is talking to his mom. Now, his mom is actually the one who is kind of orchestrating this whole thing, and she's like feeding him more and more like, yeah, he did it. Like, don't believe him. He stuck me in this nursing home and he did this and that to you. Like, she's really feeding him all of these things. Now, this is the voice that's talking to him, of course. This isn't his real mom because the mom has died. And then he's like, Larry, when's the last time you looked into the trust fund? And then he's like, what trust fund? And he's like, the trust fund that Nene set up for you and your family. And he's like, you're lying. Like, there's no trust fund. And then he's like, there's $15 million in this trust fund that Nene set up for you. He doesn't believe him, and of course he has the mom who really isn't alive, the person talking to him, telling him like, no. Then he goes on to say like, why does Nene live in this old farm then? Why is she living like this? And then LC is like, look, because she loves that old farm. She knows how much you love that farm. And Nene never wanted the glitz. She never wanted the glamour. She never wanted any of this whole city life thing. She's just a country girl at heart. And she just wanted to be there in Waycross, Georgia. And so she stayed at that farm to be closer to you, because you loved it. So as I learned all of this information from the book and as I'm looking at the television show, because I certainly don't know if they're going to follow the same paths, they definitely might do something totally different. But I can't help but think about the fact that when Nene spoke to him, like, why is she not telling him about this trust fund? Like, why is she not saying anything about this trust? And why does Kenny not know about it and Curtis not know about this trust fund? I can't say what Lauren knows because we don't know a whole lot about Lauren in the television show. But if there is truly this trust fund with all of this money in it, why has Nene not said anything to them? Because we saw how Kenny acted when he got money. When money was put into his hands, it was like, oh my God, it was like the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get these high class escorts and he's buying these cars and things like that. So it feels like he has never been introduced to money. Now, why she hasn't told them about this quote unquote money, if that truly is the case, I really couldn't tell you, because it seems like it would solve a few situations. Like, it seems like it would solve a few things if you told Kenny that, oh, there is this money. Then he would know that LC didn't take any money because the money is there. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as the business is concerned, I mean, maybe one of the other personalities sold the business and they just don't remember. I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying. But anyway, y'all, so that's kind of how the book explains it. And that's how the book explains where this money, has come from and what the money is that he's talking about and what business he's talking about and what he took from him. and all of this stuff. So it just seems like your boy Larry is just really confused, and he has truly hit rock bottom. I mean, of course, he's not taking any meds because he's taking over this facility at this point. So we know he's not taking any type of medicine to help stabilize him, to help alter him in any type of way, and to get him back on the right train of thought. So, you know, it is what it is at this point. Okay, y'all, so that's what's up with your boy Larry Duncan. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Do you think that the television show is going to follow the book as far as the explanation for the money? And do you think that your boy LC would actually not make sure that Larry's family was taken care of once he was sent away to Fresh Meadows facility? It just doesn't seem like the LC that we have followed throughout this entire series. So it feels like there is some money somewhere. It feels like your girl Nene probably has a little bit of something to do with this. Maybe she has the money set back and waiting for a certain time to give it to the kids, because it doesn't seem like they seem to know that it exists. Once again, we don't know about Lauren because we don't know a whole lot about her, but it just feels like there is something more with this money, and I feel like Nene is going to be a big part of it. But, you know, I could be wrong. Let me know what y'all think about this whole entire situation. Go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Until next time, guys.